JK master slave flip flop. So there are two units of this JK master slave flip flop. First is master unit and second is slave unit. So the racing condition or the racing around condition can be eliminated by using this type of arrangement. Now as shown in this figure, the clock signal is applied to the master units. Now the clock input signal for the slave unit is given through this NOT gate. So it is most important. That means when the master unit is enabled, when the clock signal is 1, but the clock input of the slave units through this NOT gate, so the slave unit is disabled because its clock level goes at 0 level. So it is most important when this master unit is enabled, that time this slave unit is disabled, and when this master unit is disabled, then slave unit is enabled. So now when the clock signal is 1 here, that means this master unit becomes enabled. So the whatever your input JK is transferred to the A and A bar respectively. It is most important. Now this master unit is disabled and this slave unit is enabled. The slave unit is enabled when the clock signal is at low level, that means it is at 0 level. So whatever the input, whatever this condition A bar is transferred to the SR input terminal to the slave unit. So it is most important. It is enabled. So that's why whatever output is available at here, A and A bar, it is transferred to the S and R input terminal of the flip-flop. Now according to its input condition, it will change its output. So either it may be in reset or set condition. So thus we can say that your slave unit is copies the master unit. So it is most important. JK master slave flip-flop by using NAND gate. It has two units, master unit and slave unit. Each and every unit consists of only NAND gate. So here you can see that the diagram or circuit of the JK master slave flip-flop by using only NAND gate. So here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 NAND gates which makes master units, and 5, 6, 7, 8 NAND gates makes slave flip-flop. Here we are using another NAND gate number 9 which act as a inverter. That means it act as a NOT gate, because already we have seen that the clock input of the master slave unit is applied through this NAND gate, because when the clock signal is 1 for master unit, that time this slave unit require 0 clock signal. So here this 9 NAND gate which act as a NOT gate. Let me see what happen when J and K is equal to 0. That means both inputs are at 0 level. So the output of this AND gate 1 and 2 both are at 1 level. That means the both NAND gate having 1 inputs. Now initially we consider that this master unit master unit output Q1 is equal to 0. That means it is in a reset condition. So here 1 plus 1, 1, 0, 0 plus 1, 0, 1. That means there is no change in the output of master units. Now when the clock signal goes to 0 level, that means that time this master unit is disabled and this slave unit is enabled. So whatever output available of this master unit, it is given to this input of the slave units. So here 0 plus 1, 0 into 1, 0, and here 1. Here 1 into 1, 1, 0. Now suppose the final output of this the initial condition of the output of the flip-flop is in reset condition. That means Qn is equal to 0 and Qn bar is equal to 1. So here 1 into 1, 1, 0, 0 into 0, 1. So here you can say that there is no change in the output. That means our flip-flops, if it is in set condition, so each and every time in set condition, that means its new output, it is also in set condition. That means there is no change. So the new output is equal to the or is the previous output. So here you can say that this slave unit is copied to master unit. Now in second case, when j is equal to 0 and k is equal to 1, and initially our final output of flip-flops is Qn is equal to 1 and Qn bar is equal to 0. That means it is in set condition. So here it is 0. That means the output of this NAND gate number 1 is always 1. Here it is 0. Now the initially the output of master unit is Qn is equal to 0 and Qn bar is equal to 1. That means it is in reset condition. So 1 into 1, 1, 0, 0 into 0, 1. Now when our clock signal goes at 0 level, that means this master unit is disable and slave unit is enable. So whatever the output of this master unit, it is the input of this slave unit. So here the output of this NAND gate number 5 is 1 and for 6 it is 0. So here 0 plus 1, 0, 1. 1 plus 0, 0, 1. Now again 1 available here. 1 plus 1, 1 and 0. 0, 0 plus 1. So here you can say that our flip-flops moves in reset condition. So when j is equal to 0 and k is equal to 1, that time the final output of this flip-flop, it is always in reset condition. So if initially it is in reset condition, so still it is remains in reset condition. But initially it is in set condition, so after applying the input, it will goes into reset condition. Now in third case, when j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. When clock signal is 1, that time this master unit is enable and slave unit is disable. So the output of this and we are also considering the final output of this flip-flop is in reset condition. That means Qn is equal to 0 and Qn bar is equal to 1. So 1 is available here, 0 is available here. The output of this NAND gate number 1 is 0 and 2 is 1. So now initially our flip-flop in suppose in master flip-flop, it is in reset condition. So 0 plus 1, 0, 1. 1 plus 0, 0, 1. Again 1 available here. 1 plus 1, 1, 0. So the flip-flops, master's flip-flop, the output of this master flip-flop is in reset condition. Now when the clock signal goes to 0, this master flip-flop is disable and slave flip-flop is enable. So the output 1, 0 is the input of this slave unit. So the output of this NAND gate number 5 becomes 0 and this NAND gate number 6 is 1. Now here you can say that 1 plus 0, 0 and 1. 1 available here. 1 plus 1, 1, 0. In this condition, our flip-flops moves in the set condition. So here when j is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0, our flip-flops always in set condition. So if it is initially it is in set condition, after applying the input it will remains in set condition. But if it is initially it is in reset condition, after applying the input it will goes into set condition. Now so, last, when j and k both are at one level and when clock signal goes at one level, this master unit is enable and slave unit is disable. So here the output of the NAND gate number 1 is 0 and 2 is 1. Initially our flip-flop in reset condition, that means 0 into 1, 0, 1. 1 into 0, 0, 1. 1 into 1, 0. That means the new output of this master unit is master unit's output goes into set condition. That means Qn is equal to 1 and Qn bar is equal to 0. Now when clock signal goes into 0 level, that time this master unit is disabled and slave unit is enabled. So whatever the output of this master unit is the input of this slave unit. So here the output of this NAND gate number 5 becomes 0 and 6 becomes 1. So here 1 plus 0, 0, 1. Here 1 plus 1 into 1, 1, 0. So here in this case your flip-flop moves from reset condition to set condition, or you can say that toggle. So here when master unit is enabled, that time its output is toggle, and when this slave unit is enabled, that time your flip-flop it is also in toggle condition. That means if it is in set, initially it is in set, when input apply it goes into reset. So it is